August 15th, 2011. It was a Monday, but not just any Monday. It was my first day of college as well. I began college with an entire week ahead of me. I was no longer a senior, no longer a cheerleader, no longer walking the halls of Madison County High School. The sweet summertime was over, and it was time for me to begin my journey as a college student. The smell of tanning oil was fading, and the time had arrived for me to begin those long nights of studying and writing papers. I was back to the bottom of the totem pole as a freshman. I knew my way around Athens, and I had mapped out my route around campus the night before. I was as prepared as I would ever be. Okay, to tell you the truth, I had no idea what I was doing. My best friend accompanied me on the first day of school. She is a student at UGA as well, and since we are both from Madison County, we had the option of living at home. After about a 20-minute drive, we arrived at the University of Georgia, and soon after we were introduced to the bus system. Hello, Orbit. Thank you for always being awkward and crowded. You never seem to have an ample amount of space, not to mention no one on here knows whether or not they are headed in the right direction. I rode the bus with Tori to the Ranches Dinner for our weight training class, which was not the most exciting thing to do at 8 a.m. Our class met in the bleachers where the pool is, breathing in chlorine air. After meeting our instructor, I was off to food nutrition. On the way over, Tori and I began to worry that maybe we would not be able to make it to this class on time every day. I recalled a red error message on Oasis when I was signing up for the class, saying that there was not enough time between the two classes. But at the time, I thought nothing of it. Perhaps the error message from Oasis. The clock was ticking and class was soon to begin. I did not want to be one of those losers from math that they make fun of at orientation. But I was without a doubt confused when I got to the building that I thought my food nutrition class was located in. In our nervous search for our class, Tori and I went to one building too soon. Having never been to class before, it did not occur to me that the hand scanner at the door would most likely suggest that we were trying to enter a residence hall. But we put in our 810 numbers and scanned our hands anyway. Why am I not able to get into my class? As I asked myself this, I realized that I was standing in Soul Hall. The class was located at Dawson Hall, which was one building down. As it turned out, we made it just in the nick of time. I survived food nutrition and found my psychology class with ease. Psychology was located in a lecture hall, which had no windows. I knew that there was beautiful August weather on the outside, but I would have to wait a few more hours to see it. After psychology, it was time for English. With 3 classes down, I was nearly exhausted. It had been months since I had spent my entire day in the classroom. I was on my way to room 136 Park Hall. Finding a building on the campus map is easy. Finding the actual classroom, however, can be pretty tricky. The numbers do not always match up and make perfect sense. At first, we could not find the classroom, so we decided to try downstairs. Now, Park Hall is an old building, and the staircase is in no better shape than the rest of it. The steps are worn and curved on the edge, which is why Tori took a tumble. I was walking down the stairs with her, and the next thing I knew, she was just sliding down the steps. It was honestly the most hilarious thing that I had seen in a while, but I had to put every ounce of energy that I had into stifling my laughter. I heard my colleagues gasp and mutter in shock. It seemed as if everyone was trying not to laugh, but no one offered poor Tori any help. At this point, I was almost positive that she was going to leave campus and never come back, but she was a trooper and picked herself up off the ground. Tori and I finally found our English class, where we introduced ourselves and got the class syllabus. After that, I had officially completed my first day of college classes. However, Tori had a history class scheduled right after me. Not knowing where to wait for her, I politely accompanied her to class. History is not my forte, so this does not occur very often. I felt a bit out of place since I knew I was not scheduled for that class, but everyone was new to the class, so no one knew that I was not supposed to be there. Besides, the history class was in another dark lecture hall, which means there are 300 students. No one would have noticed that I was in the wrong class anyway. After accompanying Tori in history, I was done for the day and it was time to head home. As exhausted as I was proud of myself for making it through my first day of college. At the time it was frustrating and discouraging to say the least, but now I can look back at it and laugh. Despite the confusion and slip down the stairs, my first day of college is behind me, and it is something that I will never have to experience again. I now know that finding my way around a new place is going to be a challenge, even if it is only 20 minutes away from home. With beginning college is a newfound freedom, as well as a bittersweet longing for the past. It is a brand new experience in many ways, but the most important thing is to not worry about the little things. Of course, it was frustrating at the time, but it turns out that the first day of college was the least of my worries. All that I can do is try my best with what I have and learn from my mistakes. That will take me far in life. Now that my first day of college is behind me and I have a routine down, really this time, I can joke around about the experiences that I have had and focus on my career as a young adult in college.